It's the Andy Griffith Show, facts and trivia, with your host, Bob Snap.
Hi guys, and welcome to the Andy Griffith Show, facts and trivia. Appreciate you being here. Today's video is on how Andy Griffith hated his Andy Griffith spinoff, Mayberry R.F.D. According to a close family member of Don Knotts, legendary actor Andy Griffith was on board with the spinoff series that would succeed his long-running Andy Griffith Show. Starring a cast that included former Griffith Show actors as well as newcomer Ken Berry, the follow-up would remain on the air for 3 seasons. Griffith allowed the spinoff to air, but that didn't mean he had to love it, and love it he apparently did not. Once Andy Griffith announced he would be leaving his namesake show after its 8th season, it was made known that a new show, Mayberry R.F.D, would be spun off from the Andy Griffith Show. Its final episode served as the pilot for Mayberry R.F.D. The remaining in new series were the characters of Goober Powell, Emmett Clark, Howard Sprague, and Aunt Bee. In the Andy Griffith Show's finale, farmer Sam Jones, played by Ken Berry, sponsors his former Army pal Mario to come from Italy and help him on the farm. Unfortunately, Mario brings along his father and sister as well without Sam's permission. Just as Sam is about to suggest the family may be better off in a more spacious neighboring town, Andy comes to the rescue and talks Sam into letting him stay. The new arrivals take right away to Mayberry, and the town is taken to them as well. They agreed to stay, although they never seen again on Mayberry R.F.D. According to Andy and Don, the making of a friendship and classic American TV show, author Daniel Devise, who was also Don Knotts' brother-in-law, at the time the Andy Griffith Show was winding down, Mayberry R.F.D. seemed like the most natural course for the show to take. Concept for Mayberry R.F.D., letters are a postal acronym for Rural Free Delivery, came from Bob Ross, who had replaced Aaron Rubin as Griffith's producer in season 6, Devise wrote. Ken joined the Griffith cast in his final season as Sam Jones, a previously unseen Mayberry resident. Andy, Opie, and Aunt Bee were gradually reduced to bit players in the final Griffith episodes as the dramatic weight shifted to Ken's shoulders. Tom Knotts, who is Don Knotts' son, was quoted by Devise as saying, "The Matlock star was unhappy with the way the Andy Griffith Show spinoff turned out. Andy grumbled about the new Mayberry," Devise wrote. "We saw a lot of him during this period," Tom Knotts recalled, "and I remember him talking about how much he just hated the show, hated it. The show was eventually canceled in 1971 as part of the so-called Rural Purge of the 1970s. It also saw Petticoat Junction, Green Acres, the Beverly Hillbillies, Lassie, and Hogan's Heroes get the boot." It's just, what's not to love, right? I haven't seen a lot of I've watched Mayberry R.F.D, of course, but you can't hardly find it anymore. I'd like to see it again. I know there was a couple episodes I really enjoyed, actually. I totally understand where he's coming from, because the Griffith Show had, the quality of that show was up here, and the quality of Mayberry R.F.D was down here. And I think that had a lot to do with Andy not being involved. I mean, he was executive producer and all, but he wasn't involved in the writing like he was in the Andy Griffith Show. Him and Don Knotts were really involved in the scripts. The new producer and the new directors and the writing was just horrendous. Kind of like the last 3 years of the Andy Griffith Show was. So it was understandably lower quality, but totally understand where he's coming from. Mayberry R.F.D is, excuse my French, but ain't a pimple on the butt of the Andy Griffith Show. My son's shaking his head over there. My dad's corny. Anyway, please don't forget about classic rural comedies, facts, and trivia. This is also on the Andy Griffith Show. That's how Ron Howard said after this Andy Griffith Show episode. He said, "I was no longer a child actor." Can you think of which one it was? No? Okay, go watch the video. Classic TV facts and trivia. It is on. Gilligan's Island spawned a Western knockoff, but it was a huge flop. Classic rock and country music facts and trivia. It's on the Johnny Cash Christmas Story, From Robbery to Redemption. It's about the time, at Christmas time, I believe it was 1986, maybe a little bit earlier than that. Johnny Cash has a home in Jamaica, a second home, and they were celebrating Christmas, and 3 guys come in, armed robbers come in and held him for like 4 hours and stole like $50,000 worth of stuff. This is crazy, crazy story. You got to see that. And speaking of Johnny Cash and faith and entertainment, the incredible faith of Johnny Cash. I want to check that out as well. Please subscribe if you have not yet. Please like this video. You guys have a great day. God bless you. And as always, praying for you.